Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. Just came in today to give you a little bit more celebrity gossip. First one up is Columbus Short. Now, we all know Columbus Short from Scandal. Remember, he was released from the show, which I don't know what was on his mind. He was on one of the top rated shows and was showing his ass, so they let him go. And then after that, we heard that he was having all these problems. He was, allegedly on drugs. He had to do a 6-month stint in a drug treatment center. Now, during this time, he was messing around with Corinne Steffens, Superhead. They eventually got married. And then a little bit into their relationship, Corinne Steffens started saying that he was cheating. And they started having problems. And again, he was back messing with drugs. Now, with Columbus Short, it seems like after he left Scandal, he just started having all kinds of problems. Sometimes when these folks are on these highly rated shows, you wonder what's going on in their head, why they can't just get it together and, remain on their show without acting a fool. Well, as I mentioned, he had, his relationship with Corinne Steffens, which didn't last too long because even though she was Superhead, I guess she wasn't too super for him to cheat on her. And the person that he was cheating on her with was his publicist. Now, I read a story today that not only are they together, but they are expecting a baby. Now, Columbus Short is supposed to be marrying this girl, and if he marries her, this will be his third marriage. Now, you know what's weird? I don't know with these women, when they hear about these guys that are troubled, I don't even know why you would mess around with them. Because if I knew going in that the guy had issues, I think I would be a little reluctant to even get involved with them. But it seems like these women believe that they can fix them, and then they run into these relationships, and next thing you know, they're having problems with them. Well, they said that, she is pregnant and they are planning to get married. So I guess I wish them all the luck because Columbus Short seems like a walking sign with trouble on it. I'm going to keep you upset. I'm going to keep you worried. You're going to have to worry about if I'm doing drugs. I might even whoop your ass every once in a while. So I think I would steer clear of him, but I guess he's in that Hollywood scene and these women are, figuring they can fix him. I wish that girl luck, because if Superhead couldn't hold him with her skills, then, child, luck. Now, this next one up, y'all, is Faizon Love. He's a comedian that's out there on the grind, with other comedians that are popular today. Well, just recently, he was on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. And he was doing an interview with Tom Joyner. And in this interview, he alleges that Katt Williams is gay. Now, he went on to explain that he believes that the reason why Katt Williams is acting out is because he's gay. Now, Tom Joyner was like, wait a minute, are you saying that you know that Katt Williams is gay? And then he goes on to just say that, you could tell that he's trying to do this little pretend gangster thing. He's out here beating up women and, getting beat up by teenagers, and it's all an act to cover the fact that he's gay, and he just doesn't want to admit it. Now, Faizon goes on to say that he feels sorry for Katt Williams and that Katt Williams has stole this entire persona that he had from one of Faizon Love's buddies. Now, I don't know if I think that Katt Williams is gay. We know that Katt Williams has had all kinds of problems with the law and us thinking that he might not be wrapped too tight and that he might be on drugs and stuff, because, you know, and here's another one that is messing up his career with all these, you know, antics that he's doing off the stage. And another thing that I don't particularly like about this, now, just say Katt Williams is gay. You know, that's his truth to put out there. And I think that when another person does it, I think it's unfair, if this person is gay, for someone else to put out their business. You know, it's kind of reckless to be going around saying that another man is gay. And I think that Katt Williams is going through some type of mental issues, or he might be on drugs. I don't know. But I just don't get, you know, this thing that he's gay. And Faizon Love was a little reckless when he said that. Even Tom Joyner, you could tell by the sound of his voice, he didn't particularly like it. So with Katt Williams, again, I don't think the man is gay. I think he's done lost his damn mind here lately. But gay, I don't get that. This last one up, y'all, is Miss Gabby Douglas. Now, you know, Gabby just finished her stint there in the Olympics, and this girl did her thing. But, you know, during this, she went through all this backlash with people talking about her hair, how her attitude wasn't that great, and that she didn't put her hand over her heart during, you know, the national anthem. Now, you got to remember, this girl is only 20 years old. She is focused on her game and just trying to do her job there in the Olympics. And, you know, her mother said with everything that was going on Twitter and people attacking her, that it really affected her. And, you know, sometimes we got to think back to when we were her age. You know, all she knows is that I'm an athlete. I'm here doing my thing, representing my country. And then I go on Twitter as a young 21-year-old, and I see all these things that these people are writing about me, tweeting about me, you know. And I felt kind of sorry for this girl. Now, during all of this, I was praying that she got through it and that she would get out of it and walk away feeling that she had accomplished what she went there to do. Now, while everybody was hating on Gabby, what Gabby was doing was inking a new contract with Nike to represent them. And I got to say, I'm proud of her, because during all of this, you know, sometimes you wonder what these kids are thinking, what's going through her head. But evidently, whatever it was, she got over it and she was able to sign this contract with Nike. And I'm very proud of her. I don't understand why people do that. You know, these kids are there representing us in the United States. Let's focus on their athletic abilities and not their aesthetic, you know, what they look like, what their hair is like. Imagine when you're at work, if you're working in a factory or someplace where you have to cover your hair, and, you know, by the end of the day, you're not looking your greatest. All you're there trying to do is doing your job. And I think with Gabby, that's all she was focused on. This is a beautiful young lady, very talented athlete, and she has given her all for us here in America. So I say congratulations on your Nike contract, Gabby. You did a great job. And then with that, everyone, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. You have a great day.